to Youth Central. I'm Carla, and today we have a special on the impacts of body image on adolescents. We have some special guests coming in from Mountain View College in Hawthorne, and Dr. Sarah Matthews, an adolescent mental health expert with a PhD in body image from Harvard University, who is going to further discuss the issues that the students bring up. Body image in adolescence is a massive issue in today's society. Poor body image can severely impact a person's mental health and result in them disengaging from certain activities. A 2005 study commissioned by Dove Beauty that included 3,300 women aged 15 and over from 10 countries found that 67% have withdrawn from life-engaging activities due to feeling negatively about their looks. That is an overwhelming figure that needs to be addressed. There are many factors that have the potential to positively or negatively impact body image in adolescence, including the media, the person's family, culture and friends, and even what sport they play. The students from Mountain View College are here to share their personal experience with these influences and the impact they've had on their body image. Dr. Matthews is then going to explore and analyse the students' comments.
Due to my New Zealand culture, I'm in a predicament. I'm frustrated that my body does not stereotypically fit into my cultural standards. I constantly get asked what's wrong with me or that I'm lying about my origin. Why can't I just fit in? Do I need to?
What Julian is facing is highly common, as demonstrated through May Yam's study in 2013 on cultural influences on body image. Julian is currently enduring the adaptation of ideal standards of body sizes which are culturally specific. Particularly in his case, as a New Zealander, through Tuval and her partner's study in 2009, it was found that the South Pacific region has the highest rates of obesity in the world. Which has a higher percentage of people are obese, it is common and acceptable to be this way to conform to the cultural standards. To extend outside of Julian's culture, studies through culture are segregated into Western and non-Western cultures exemplify changes on adolescent bodies in both areas. For instance, it was found in Yeager and colleagues 2002 that 1,751 women in 12 countries showed that women in particularly Western societies such as Australia and America were more dissatisfied with their bodies than women in non-Western societies such as India. However, it was also found that through the stage of adolescence, young adults in many non-Western countries were acting contrary to the Western societies, and they value plumpness over thinness, which suggests that they are nurtured for this, which is important in their culture. This element of nurture is also prevalent in Julian's case, despite living in a Western society.
I think I got the sense from my parents that if someone is overweight, there's definitely something wrong with that person. So as a child, I was under the belief that there was definitely something wrong with an overweight person. There has to be something bad about them because there's something wrong with how they would allow themselves to be overweight, and isn't there something they could do to fix it?
Angela describes herself as experiencing anorexia. She explains that her family has had a big impact on her body image. As Ata, Bryant, Ludden and Lally expressed in 2007, although parents can provide support and encouragement, they can also increase the pressure put on adolescents to look a particular way. Several studies show a clear relationship between an increase in body image concerns and a critical family environment. The findings from a study conducted by Cluck in 2010 demonstrate the significance of this relationship. In 2013, Quiles, Marcos and Associates produced strong evidence that shows family influence increases the chance of eating disorders. The results from their study highlighted the way that parents' weight-related issues can be transmitted to adolescents and lead to body image issues. When looking particularly at eating disorders, it has been found that most of emerged are due to coercive parent control, but also, as stated by Hayworth-Hoffner in 2000, a main focus on weight.
And now Izzy, whose life has been changed by the Girls Make Your Move campaign.
I had a spinal tumour when I was 8 months, which resulted in the damage to my left spinal cord, and I now play wheelchair basketball and love it. I someday hope to play in the Paralympics. Playing basketball has really helped my confidence and self-esteem. It's motivated me to take better care of myself and my body, to be able to play the best that I can. It's really good to feel like you belong to something that's bigger than yourself, and I couldn't have done it without the Girls Make Your Move campaign.
The Girls Make Your Move campaign has helped Izzy to become happier within herself. This program creates a supportive environment where they focus on not only being physically strong, but also mentally strong. Girls Make Your Move assists women to develop a more positive perspective of themselves, as most of these women have been discriminated against, whether it be about their age, weight, or just because they are a woman. Unlike Izzy, not all adolescents are this lucky to be accepted within their peers. On the other end of the scale, some males aren't accepted because they don't fit in with the norm of others. 80.7% of males have shown that they worry about their imperfections and flaws compared to 75% of females. From this, both males and females are shown to feel uncomfortable with going out and socialising because of their low self-esteem. This inhibits their social circle and causes a decrease in their confidence. According to Eating Disorders Australia, it is said that 35% of females and 28% of males aren't satisfied with their body. From this study, it is evident that body image has been listed in the top 3 concerns for adolescents in Australia between 2009 and 15 from the Mission Australia National Youth Survey.
Now Ruby, talking about the impacts of the media.
Every time I scroll through Facebook, I'm bombarded by posts and ads about how to become skinny and lose weight fast. It makes me feel pressured to look like the women in the ads. After all, isn't that what people like?
Ruby's experience with the media and social media platforms is a common one amongst today's teenagers. She often expresses concerns with her personal appearance and compares herself to photos she sees of models in magazines and on Instagram and Facebook. As recent studies have shown, such as the one conducted by Tiggham in 2014, unrealistic, thin images promoted in the media are strongly associated with harmful effects on young women's moods, eating patterns, and body image perceptions. Another study by Feraldi, Diedrichs, Vartanen, and Halliwell 2015 found that both pre-adolescent and adolescent girls who had Facebook experienced more body image issues than those who did not. In addition to this, the more time they spent on Facebook, the greater the increase in body image issues and developed of a negative mood. On a positive note, campaigns to promote body confidence amongst young girls have been launched Australia-wide. An example of this is the Dove Self-Esteem Project, which occurs in many Australian schools. After discovering that 8 out of 10 girls are so anxious about their appearance that they avoid completing important activities, they decided to launch a national campaign. This included television advertisements showing adolescent females searching for questions such as, "Am I ugly?" on an online search engine in a bid to find answers to their body image concerns. A guide has also been published for teachers, mentors and parents to initiate productive conversations with adolescent girls relating to appearance distress.
Up next, we have Louise, the ballet dancer.
Growing up as a ballet dancer, the body standards set on us were high. One time in my ballet class, my teacher screamed out telling me to suck in my kangaroo pouch because I looked like a pregnant woman. I was only 10 years old when I started becoming dissatisfied with my body.
A study conducted by Garner and his colleagues on college students found that 25% of 35 professional ballet dancers in the Canadian Ballet School developed anorexia nervosa and 40% developed bulimia nervosa. While Brooks, Gunn and Warren reported that late maturing dancers were less critical of their bodies and had lower levels of eating problems and psychological disorders. De Bruin and others in their 2007 study conducted a self-report on dieting and body image, revealing that out of 17 elite gymnasts, 51 non-elite gymnasts, and 85 schoolgirls, the elite gymnasts were dieting more often. However, their dieting wasn't necessarily related to negative body image. While non-elite gymnasts believe that thin is beautiful, elite gymnasts believe that thin is going to win. Similar results were seen in male bodybuilders. Through a 1995 study by Bluen and Goldfield, who administered a questionnaire and found that steroid users reported the main reason for use was to improve their looks. 43 male bodybuilders were compared to 48 runners and martial artists. Overall, bodybuilders reported a lower self-esteem and strive for perfectionism. They were at most risk for body image disturbances and psychological characteristics associated with eating disorder patients.
Thank you to the students for sharing those personal stories with us, and thank you to Dr. Matthews for her input on the topics. We are now going to go back to each student and ask them what changes they would like to see in order to improve body image among people their age.
I think that we should put more effort into programs such as Girls Make Your Move. I've seen the results of how happy and confident this program has made girls feel, and I just wish that it could be like that for every girl.
I think enhanced education over not being mandatory to conform to one's cultural standards in locations such as schools is definitely needed, as each individual may not be capable of doing so, mentally and physically.
I would like to see more campaigns launched nationwide, including both boys and girls. This will increase everyone's body confidence and create awareness about the negative impacts of the media and social media on how we see ourselves.
I think setting up a program to increase parents' understanding of how any negative views on body image they have can be projected onto their children would help. Something like this might have really helped my parents to think more about how their views affected my idea of healthy body image.
I think the detrimental outcomes that are a result of body dissatisfaction need to be addressed. This could be done through education programs in schools or even sporting clubs that teach people the effects that a negative body image has on growing teens.
Those are some great suggestions. I hope to see them come to fruition in the near future. In summary, the general public, parents and health professionals need to consider the many influences on body image in adolescence and foster an accepting and supportive environment. This will ensure positive interactions relating to body image occur.